Okay, so as they say, a grocer mixes 26 kg of rice worth rupees 20 with 30 kg of rice which cost rupees 36 a kg. So there are two types of rice given. So we can take them as rice type 1. The type 1 rice, the cost of the type 1 rice is 20 rupees per kg, 20 rupees per kg, and price for the type 2 of the rice is rupees 36 per kg. Okay, rupees 36 for 1 kg. So we can say there are two types of rice. One is costing 20 rupees per kg, another one is costing 36 rupees per kg. They are saying the one that costed 20 rupees per kg, the quantity of 26 kg has been taken. Cost is to 20 rupees per kg, quantity is 26 kg of this particular rice has been taken up, and quantity of the another type of rice that has been taken is as they say 30 kg. The another type of rice has been taken as 30 kg. So these are the two types of rice, and there are different quantities that has been taken together. And what they have done, they have mixed it. Okay, as they say, they mix it. So if they mix it, let us try to find out what is the total price of these two types of rices. What is the price of the first type of rice? If you see, the price will be nothing but the rate into the quantity. So what is the rate? Rate is 20 rupees. So 20 rupees per kg, and the quantity is 26. So this is the rate, this is the price of the first type of rice that is being mixed, and the value comes out to be 520 rupees. So first type of rice costs 520 rupees. So let us take the same way other type of rice. The price of the other type of rice, the cost price of the other type of rice will be again the same rate into quantity. What is the rate? Rate is 36 rupees per kg. What is the quantity taken is 30 kg. So this will be the ultimate price, and this comes out to be 1080 rupees. Okay, this comes out to be 1080 rupees. So these are two types of rices that have been mixed up, and these are the cost prices of those two types of rices. So the total cost price becomes, if you want to calculate the total cost price, because they are mixed, so total cost price has to get added up. If you add them both, this is what it becomes, and it comes out to be rupees 1600 exactly. So this is what is the total cost price of the mixture, that is he's going to sell that. Now he's selling the complete mixture. Now what is the total quantity? Total quantity of the mixture is quantity 1 and quantity 2, that is nothing but 26 plus 30, that is 56 kg. That is the total quantity of the mixture of the rices, that is 56 kg is the total quantity, and the total cost price of the mixture is 1600 rupees. Now they are saying that he is selling this mixture at the rate of 32 rupees per kg. So if we selling at 32 rupees per kg, then let us find out the total selling price. Okay, so the total selling price will be, okay, again the same thing, the quantity into the rate. Quantity value is 56 of the mixture into rate, they say, is 32 rupees per kg. If you multiply this together, this reaches to rupees 1792. So what we can say, that rupees 1792 is the total selling price. Rupees 1600 is the total cost price, selling price and cost price. What he wants us to calculate, he wants us to calculate the profit percent. Okay, how we can calculate the profit percent? See, we have a simple formula for profit percent. If you want to calculate profit percent, that can be calculated by selling price minus cost price, that is the profit actually, divided by cost price into 100%, that is the formula for profit percent. So we have selling price and cost price both. So let us try to find out profit percent. Selling price value is 1792 minus cost price value is 1600 divided by the cost price again, that is 1600 once again. If we solve this further and multiply it by 100 also, it has to be done. So if we solve this further, this ultimately comes out to be 192 divided by 1600 into 100. We can solve this easily. We can cut the values, and 16 cuts 192 exactly by 12. So the ultimate thing comes out to be 12%. So in the overall deal, the profit of 12% has been the correct answer. Overall 12% profit has happened. So that is the option B, which is the answer. Now, a fan is listed at rupees 750 with a discount of 20%. What additional discount must be offered to the customer to bring the net price to rupees 540? So let us find out the list price. List price, that means the price at which the fan has been listed. The price of the fan that has been displayed for the customers, that is rupees 750. So that is the list price. Now, how much they are offering? They are offering 20% of discount. Okay, they are offering 20% of discount actually. but they want us to have what additional discount will be offered to customer to bring the net price to worth rupees 540. The ultimate selling price at which the deal should happen should be 540, as they say. So the net price should be 540. So let us find out how much is the difference between list price and selling price. So if you do that, list price and selling price difference, list price and selling price difference should be 750 minus 540, and this comes out to be 210. So that has to be the ultimate value of the discount to be given. Okay, now let us find out that this particular 210 is how much percent of the list price, because we have to find out the ultimate percentage of discount that is to be given. Okay, so for that thing we need to find out 210 is what percent of the list price. 210 is what percent of the list price, that is 750. We are supposed to find out this so that we can understand that overall how much percent discount has been given up. Okay, so for that thing we can use this thing. 210 is what percent of 750, divided by 750 into 100. We have to find out this, and this will give us 210 is how much percent of 750. We can easily cut down the numbers as much as possible. So 3 7 are 21 and 3 is 25. 25 cuts 100 by 4, so it comes out to be 28%. So what we can say, the overall discount 210 is 28% of the list price. So ultimate discount the customer should get is 28%. And how much he is right now getting? In the first step he is getting 20% only. So ultimately he should get 28%. So for that thing, we're going to use a formula of successive discount. We're going to use the formula of successive discount. Okay. Let us say, let additional discount that is to be given, additional discount after 20%, additional discount that is to be given is X percent. Okay. So we can understand that after two successive discount of first is 20% and then is X percent, the ultimate discount that should come out to be 28%, because then only he'll be reducing the price of the quantity to 540 rupees. So that is the actual formula. After giving a successive discount, first of 20%, then of X percent, we should get the ultimate discount of 28%. So the successive discount formula is there. Okay, if you want to have successive discount of A and B, okay, if you want to give successive discount of A percent and B percent, that is actually equivalent to giving discount of A plus B minus AB upon 100%. So successive step by step discount of A first then B is actually equivalent to the ultimate discount of A plus B minus AB upon 100. So let us put on our values. The first discount that is giving is 20. Next discount we have to find out. So we have assumed that as X minus 20 into X by 100. Okay, A plus B minus AB upon 100. We have used this formula, and that ultimate discount should come out to be 28%. As we already calculated, the ultimate discount should be 28%. We can solve this equation. So how much this gives us? So if you solve this, 20 plus 8, so it ultimately comes out to be 8 is equal to 4 by 5x, and which gives us x as 40 by 4, that is nothing but 10%. Okay, so we have to give first discount of 20% that he has already given, then we have to give a discount of 10%, and if we do this in succession, we're going to ultimately giving him the discount of 28%, which will reduce the price of the fan from 750 to directly 540. So the right answer is 10%. That is the additional discount to be given. Now, find the cost price of an article whose marked price is 825 when markup percentage is 37.5%. What is markup percentage? If there is a cost price of something, and what do the shopkeeper do? They they increase the price of the quantity and mark it to a higher value, and that's what we called as markup price. Okay, so they increase the price, the actual price, by some value, and then they display that as a list price or mark price. So that's what they are saying. The cost price we have to find out whose mark price is 825. That is the increase price that they have done is 825, and markup percentage is 37.5%. So what we can say, whatever would have been the cost price would have been marked up or would have been increased by 37.5%, giving you the ultimate mark price of 825. So we can write cost price plus 37.5% of cost price. That would have been the markup. Okay, that would have been the markup or the increased value. Okay, should have given you the ultimate mark price of 825. So this is the situation. We are supposed to find out the cost price, so we can solve this equation. So this is CP plus 37.5 825 into CP upon 100. This is what we can do. Giving you 825. We can take the CP part common. So this comes out to be 11 by 8 is equal to 825. So there where we can find out CP as 825 into 8 by 11, which gives us the value of 600. Okay, so the cost price is 600. That means 600 would have been marked up by 37.5%, and which would have been given the mark price as 825 rupees. So the right answer is cost price is nothing but 600, which is available in option number D. Okay, it's rupees 600. Now, A sold a tape recorder to B for rupees 4860 at a loss of 19%. A gain again B sold it to C. B sold it to C at a price what that would give A profit of 17%, the gain percent of B. So there's a deal happening. A is giving it to B and B is ultimately giving it to C. What are they doing? A sold a tape recorder to B for rupees 4860. So the price that B paid was 4860. Okay, and it suffered a loss of 19%. And from when B sold it to C, then B has sold it to C at a price which would have given A a profit of 17%. So whatever profit A would have assumed of 17%, A's profit, that would have been the deal price of between B and C. So this is how the question has been molded. So let us try to understand. Okay, let us take it one by one. Let's say the cost price of tape recorder is nothing but X. Let's take it like this. Cost price of the tape recorder is X. That means where it started, A would have got a cost price of X rupees of the tape recorder. Then what is the first part of the deal between A and B? A has sold it to B at a 4860 rupees, suffering a loss of 19%. So we can use the selling price formula. When the loss happens, selling price is given as 100 minus loss percent over 100 into cost price. This is how the loss percent selling price comes out to be when the scene is of loss. So we already know the selling price between A and B. The selling price is already 4860 because A has sold it to B at a 4860 rupees. So if we can put away the equation like this, 4860 is 100 minus loss percentage 19% divided by 100 into cost price that we have to know. Okay, that is nothing but our X we have assumed it to be. Okay, so there where we can see X into 81 upon 100 is nothing but 4860, which gives us the X value as 6,000 rupees. So this is the X value. That means A would have bought it at 6,000 rupees and had sold it at a loss of 19% at a selling price of 4860. This is the equation becomes, this is the situation becomes. Now, the next move is B has sold it to C at a profit of a price which would have given a benefit of 17%. Okay, B has sold it to C at such a price such that A would have got 17% profit. Okay, so let us find out what is the 17% of profit of A. Okay, so let us find out what is the 17% profit of A. Okay, profit of A has to be 17%, and we already know the cost price of A is 6,000 rupees. So how much is the 17% of 6,000? That would be the profit of 17%. So how much is the profit of A? That is 17% of 6,000. Okay, if we solve this further, this comes out to be 1020 rupees. So the profit of A at 17% rate would have been 1020. So the deal between B and C has happened such a way that the 1020 rupees profit has been achieved by A. So let us find out that. So what is the C's cost price? Ultimate cost price of C is 6,000 plus the profit of A, that is 17%, that is 1020. That comes out to be rupees 7020. So that is the ultimate cost, that is the ultimate deal price between B and C. The B has bought it at 4860 rupees as stated earlier from A, and he has sold it to C at a price of 7020 because 7020 is the price which is giving A a profit of 17%. So this is the cost price, this is the selling price. Now we have to find out the gain percent or the profit percent. We have a simple profit percent formula, that is nothing but selling price minus cost price divided by cost price into 100%. Okay, so let us solve this. We know the selling price and cost price and everything. It is 7020 minus 6000, rather 4860, because the cost price of B is 4860, divided by 4860 into 100%. If we solve this further, this comes out to be exactly 44.4 by 9%. This comes out to be exactly the profit percent or the gain percent of B is 44.4 by 9%, and that is the right answer, which is available in option number C, 44.4 by 9%. So, as the question says, a retailer buys 40 pens at the mark price of 36 pence from a wholesaler. If he sells these pens giving a discount of 1%, what is the profit percent? Okay, so actually 40 pens have been bought and the price is given of just equal to the mark price of 36 pence only. So we can begin the question like, let the cost price of one pen is, let's say, 1 rupees. Okay, we can begin the question like this. Let the cost price of one pen is 1 rupees. Then in the same way, if the cost price of one pen is 1 rupees, then the cost price of 40 pen should be nothing but 40 rupees. As simple as that, unitary method. Now, as the statement suggests that the cost price of 40 pence is equal to mark price of 36 pence. Okay, so that should be equal to, what should we write? Cost price of 40 pen should be equal to rupees 36. Okay, and that should become, and the selling price should be becoming 40 rupees. Why that is happening? Because that's what he's saying. 40 pen have been bought at the mark price of just 36 pence. So the cost price of 40 pen is nothing but 36 rupees only, because the mark price is 1 rupees. Okay, and the cost price is 36 rupees and selling price has to be 40 rupees only, 1 rupees per pen. Now, if this is the situation, then after this also he has given a discount of 1%. So if he has given a discount of 1%, so that means the ultimate selling price should be the selling price that is already there minus 1% of selling price, because that is the discount offered. Okay, how much is the selling price right now is 40, minus 1% of 40 is nothing but 1 into 40 by 100. This is what we have to do. Okay, if we solve this, this comes out to be 40 minus 0.4, that is nothing but 39.6 rupees. So that should be the final selling price. Now the 39.6 rupees is the final selling price and the cost price was 40 only. Cost price was 36 only. So how much is the profit percent or the gain percent? We have the formula for profit percent as selling price minus cost price divided by cost price into 100%. That is always the profit percent formula. So if you solve this, selling price is come out to be 39.6 rupees minus cost price is nothing but 36 rupees divided by cost price nothing but 36 and into 100 that we have to do. If we solve this further, this comes out to be exactly 10%. So that what is the profit earned in the scheme given, and the option B is right. Now, a discount of 20% on one article is the same as discount of 25% on the another article. So for this thing, let us take the two articles as X and Y. So he's saying discount of 20% on one article. So let us find out 20% of the first article. So let's say the first article is X only. So 20% of X is equal to the same as discount of 25% on the another article. So let's say the another article is Y. So that should be equal to 25% of Y. This is the real situation. 20% of X is 25% of Y. If we solve this further, how much is this? 20 by 100 of X is equal to 25 by 100 of Y. Okay. Now, if we solve this further, this 100 can be cancelled from both the sides, and we're gonna get to X by Y is equal to 25 by 20, which gives us equal to 5 by 4. So X by Y value comes out to be 5 by 4. Then he's saying the mark price of the two articles can be. Now, so we can understand the X is to Y comes out to be 5 is to 4. So the mark price of these two articles can be which out of these options given. So whichever option will be in the ratio of 5 is to 4, that should be our right answer. So if you look at this carefully, option B should be right because that is having rupees 50 and rupees 40 as price. So that is nothing but maintaining the ratio of 5:4. So that is the right answer. Option B is the right choice. Now, the owner of an electronics store charges his customer 11% more than the cost price. If a customer paid rupees 133,200 for an LED TV, then what was the original price of the TV? So, the storekeeper charges 11% more than the cost price. So, we can say the selling price is 11% more than, as per the statement, more than the cost price. That's what he means. Okay, and the selling price is already given out to be 1,33,200 rupees. So this should be 11% more than the cost price. Okay, and that's what we are supposed to find out, the cost price. So let the cost price is x. Let us say the CP is x. Then we can use this equation. So x plus 11% of x. That's how we're gonna make 11% more. X plus 11% of x should be equal to 1,33,200. If we solve this further, this becomes uh, x plus 11 by 100. X is 1,33,200. If we solve this simply, this comes out to be x value as 1,20,000. Okay, 1,20,000. So that's what is the x coming out to be, which matches with the option number A, 1,20,000, and that is the right answer. Now, the cost price of 24 apples is same as the selling price of 18 apples. The percentage of gain is, that's what we are supposed to find out. So we can begin by multiple ways. Let us begin by the very simple ways. What is saying, cost price of 24 apple is equal to selling price of 18 apple. So we can begin like this. Let cost price of one apple, let us begin like, let cost price of one apple is rupees 1. Okay, how many apples do we have? We have got 24 apples. So cost price of 24 apples should be how much? Simply 24 rupees. If cost price of 1 is 1, so cost price of 24 should be 24 rupees. But he says that cost price of 24 apple is same as selling price of 18 apple. So this 24 rupees should be equal to selling price of 18 apples. Okay, selling price of 18 apples. Okay, what should be the cost price of 18 apples? If the cost price of one apple is 1 rupees, then cost price of 18 apples should be how much? Simply 18 rupees. Now what do we get? The cost price of 18 apple is 18 rupees and selling price of 18 apple is 24 rupees. So for the same quantity, we can have cost price and selling price and comparison of them. For the 18 apples, the cost price become 18, and for the similar 18 apple, the selling price is 24. So the real selling price is 24 and the real cost price is 18. So we can find out the percentage of gain. The simple formula for percentage gain or percentage profit is nothing but selling price minus cost price divided by cost price into 100%. That is the formula. Let us put our value. Selling price is 24, cost price is 18, divided by cost price is 18 again into 100%. Okay, if we solve this further, this gives us 6 by 18 into 100%. That is nothing but 100 by 3%. That is 33 1 by 3%. That is available in option number D. 33 1 by 3% is the right answer. Now, Manoj sold 33 1 by 3% of goods at 20% loss and the rest of the goods sold at 12% profit. If there is a total profit of rupees 520, then the total worth of goods sold by Manoj is. So that is the problem given. So what actually is the problem? Sold 33 1 by 3% goods. That means whatever be the number of goods there, whatever goods he would have been there with him, he sold 33 1 by 3% at 20% loss. Okay, at 20% loss, and the remaining, how much would have been remaining? Remaining would have been 100 minus 33 1 by 3%. That is nothing but 66 2 by 3%. 66 2 by 3% would have been left. He sold the rest of them at 12% profit. Okay, at 12% profit, and they say the ultimately there is a total profit of 520 rupees. So total worth of the goods sold by him, that is to be calculated. Okay, so we can do it like this. Let us say the cost price of 1% of goods, because the number is not mentioned, so we have to take it like this only. Let the cost price of 1% of good is rupees 1. Okay, let us take it like this. So the first, in the first part, he has he has done the deal of 33 1 by 3%. So cost price of 33 1 by 3% of goods would be similarly the 33 1 by 3 rupees, that is nothing but 100 by 3 rupees. This would have been the cost price of the first part of the deal. Okay. Now, selling price of the this 33 1 by 3% good would be how much? See, he said that there is a 20% loss. So whenever there is a loss that occurs, the selling price is calculated as 100 minus loss percent divided by 100 into cost price. This is how the selling price is calculated whenever there is a loss seen, and there is a loss seen of 20% here. So selling price is to be calculated like that. So selling price, let us say the selling price 1. Okay, so selling price 1 comes out to be 100 minus how much loss has occurred? 20% loss has occurred. 100 minus 20 over 100 into cost price of 33 1 by 3% good is nothing but 100 by 3. That's what we have calculated already. Okay, how much this comes out to be? If you solve this further, this comes out to be 80 by 3. Okay, so the selling price number 1 of 33% goods is nothing but 80 by 3. Let us go further. Now, as they say, selling price of the cost price of the rest of the goods. So, what are the selling cost price of the rest of the goods? Cost price of rest of the goods is, see, 33 1 by 3% has been taken away already. So how much would have left is simply 100 minus 33 1 by 3, that is 66 2 by 3 would have been left. So this is the cost price of the rest of the goods. What is the selling price of the rest of the goods? As they say, in the second deal he has had a 12% profit. As they mentioned, in the second deal there's a 12% profit. So price when there is a profit that occurs is 100 plus profit percent divided by 100 into cost price, that is the formula. So the selling price in this situation would have been 100 plus how much is the profit that has occurred? 12 divided by 100 into cost price, and the cost price is nothing but 66 2 by 3, which is nothing but 200 by 3. Okay, in the simple fraction it is 200 by 3. This is selling price number 2. If you solve this further, selling price 2 comes out to be rupees 224 by 3. Okay, rupees 224 by 3. So this is the second selling price. The first selling price was 80 by 3 rupees. This is the first selling price. Okay, now how much is the total profit that has occurred? Okay, the total profit, total cost price. Okay, total cost price should be how much? We said that this is 1% of cost price is 1 rupees. So total there is 100% goods. Total are there are 100% goods. The cost price of total 100% good would have been rupees 100. As simple as that, because 1% goods cost price was 1 rupees. So 100% goods cost price would be 100 rupees. How much will be the 100% goods selling price? That we have already calculated in two deal. One is 80 by 3 plus another selling price is 224 by 3. If we add this together, this gives us 304 by 3. So this is the ultimate selling price, the total selling price, and this is the ultimate cost price, the 100 rupees. Okay, so now how much is the profit? So the total profit is simply selling price minus cost price, that is nothing but 304 by 3 minus 100, and that gives us nothing but 4 by 3. So the profit of 4 by 3 rupees has happened, and this profit has happened when the cost price was 100. If the cost price was 100, then the profit was 4 by 3. Okay, now he says the profit is 520. The ultimate profit is mentioned in the question is, see, the ultimate profit mentioned in the question is rupees 520. So we can relate it like this. If there was a profit of 4 by 3 rupees, the cost price was 100. If there is a profit of 520 rupees, how much should be the cost price? So we can relate it by ratio and proportion. Let's say the cost price should be Z. We can assume anything. So we can relate the ratio as 100 over Z should be equal to 4 by 3 over 520. Okay, this is how we can relate these two things. So if we relate these two things, we can solve for Z. The Z comes out to be 100 into 520 divided by 4 into 3. If you solve this further, the Z value comes out to be ultimately rupees 39,000. Rupees 39,000. So that should be the ultimate cost price. Okay, rupees 39,000, which matches the condition given to us. 39,000 is the right answer, which is available in option number A. Now, a fan is listed at rupees 1500 and a discount of 20% is offered on the mark price. What additional discount must be offered to the customer to bring the net profit to 1104 rupees? This is what is the question. Now, as they say, the fan is listed, so the fan's price is 1500 rupees as marked, and they are offering a discount of 20%. How much discount being offered? 20%. Okay. So let us find out how much is the value now become. After the discount, how much value has become? So the reduced price, okay, the reduced price should be how much? The original price 1500 minus 20% of 1500. The original price minus 20% of 1500. If you solve this further, this comes out to be 1500 minus 20 into 1500 over 100, okay, which comes out to be 20 can cut 100 by 5 times, and 1500 can be cut by 300. So 1500 minus 300, it should actually come out to be nothing but 1500 minus 1500 minus 300. If you do, it should come out to be 1500 minus 300. If you do, it should come out to be 1200 rupees. So the first, after the first discount, the reduction that has happened in the first discount, and the value becomes 1200 rupees. Okay. Now let us see further. He's saying what additional discount must be offered so that the customer has to just pay rupees 1104. So let us find out what is the overall discount. Okay. Let us assume the additional discount that is to be given. Let us say the additional discount that is to be given is X%. Now we can say that after 1200 and reducing from 1200, if we reduce X% of 1200 more, then we should get the ultimate price as 1104 rupees, because the additional amount of X%, if we apply the additional discount, then the 1200 should also reach to 1104. So if we solve this further, this gives us 1200 minus 1200 into X over 100 should be becoming 1104, which can be related as 1200 into x by 100 is nothing but 1200 minus 1104. This 1104 goes on the other side, which gives us 96. We can cut the values. 0 is cut like this. 12 8 ja 96. So the ultimate x value comes out to be 8%. So after giving a 20% discount, it is required to be given 20% more discount. Then only the price of 1500 will reach to 1104 that is being offered, and the right answer is 8% more discount to be given. Now, a sofa set of at rupees 800 is sold at a retailer to a retailer at a successive discount of 25% and 15% by the wholesaler. Then the cost price of the sofa set for the retailer is. See, successive discount are the discount one after another sequentially. Okay, so he's saying first the 25% discount is given. Whatever be the discounted and the reduced price, on that reduced price, there is one more discount of 15% being given. So he's asking for the total cost price that will be available after the two successive discount have been counted. So there's a direct formula for successive discount. The successive discount of A% and B% can ultimately occur as A plus B minus AB upon 100. Okay, A plus B minus AB upon 100. That should be the ultimate successive, that should be the ultimate reduced discount. A plus B minus AB upon 100, that should be the ultimate successive discount percentage. That should be the equivalent to both the discounts of A and B together. Now, as they say, there's a discount of 25%, then 15%. So we can reduce the value as A value is 25 plus B value is 15 minus 25 into 15 upon 100. If we solve this further, this gives us 25 plus 15 is 40 minus 15 by 4 is 3.75, which actually becomes 36.25%. So what we can say is that successive discount of 25% and 15% is actually equivalent to a single discount of 36.25%. Okay, so now the value the sofa set of 800 rupees would have been reduced by 36.25% to give the cost price. So the cost price should be 800 minus 36.25% of 800. Okay, of 800, that should be the ultimate cost price reduced. So let us find out that 800 minus 836.25%. Okay, that should come out to be 800 minus 290. And if we solve this further, this comes out to be 510 rupees. So after two successive discounts of 25% and 15%, the ultimate price that should come out to be is 510 rupees, and that is the right answer. Now, the next one is, what should be the markup percentage of Bridge sold his goods at 71 3 by 7% discount and incurs neither profit nor loss? So, what they are suggesting is, what is markup percent as explained in previous question also. So, let there is a price of X. Okay, let there is a price of X. Then that the cost, if the cost price is X, whatever we increase in the cost price, and we let us say we mark it as Y. So the customer can only see Y, he cannot see the cost price X, he can just see the Y, that is the mark price. And the customer, then the shopkeeper has an advantage of giving some discount in the mark price also. And if this kind of a discount is offered, then whatever is the selling price, in that they are saying there should not be no profit and no loss. So whenever there is a situation of no profit or no loss, then we can assume that cost price is equal to selling price. Okay, whenever there is a situation when there is a no profit and no loss situation, then obviously the cost price is equal to selling price. So they are saying how much should be the cost price marked over cost price, so that after then giving a discount of 71 3 by 7%, there should be no profit and no loss. So let us do the question like this. Let's see, there is no value given, no value given, only the percentage value is given. In these type of situation, we can assume the cost price as any number. So let us assume the simple number, let cost price is equal to 100. And as there is no profit and no loss, so we can say the selling price is also 100. Okay. Now, as they say, there's a discount of 71 3 by 7% is given. So the discount value is given as discount percentage 71 3 by 7%. If we convert this into a simple fraction, this is nothing but 500 by 7%. Okay. Now 500 by 7% is the value. How much should be the value? Percent is nothing but 1 by 100. So 500 by 7 into 1 by 100. Now, the question says, what should be the markup percent if Bridge sold his goods at 71 3 by 7% discount and incurs neither profit nor loss? So there is no profit and no loss situation. This happens when cost price is equal to selling price, because there has been no gain, no loss. So obviously the cost price would have been equal to selling price. So we can begin the question with this. The cost price equal to selling price. Let us assume that cost price is equal to 100 and same is the value of selling price also 100. That the cost price is 100, selling price is 100. Why we have taken that? Every time when there is a situation when there is no value given, only the percentage thing is given. So we can start our question with 100. Okay, it becomes easy to do it with 100. So that's what we have assumed. Cost price is 100 and same is the selling price also. Now how much is the discount he is offering? The discount he is offering is, the discount being offered is 71 3 by 7%. 71 3 by 7%. This is the discount being offered, and this discount being offered on the mark price. Okay, not on the cost price, not on the selling price, but on the mark price. What is the mark price? Okay, the price at above which above the cost price at which it is marked, the product is marked, so that the customer can only see the mark price, and whatever is discount offered on the mark price, after taking the discount, the deal is locked at the selling price. Okay, so the mark price is the price which we call it listed price also, which is the customer is available to see that only. Okay, not anyone else. The shopkeeper knows there's a cost price that which is way lesser than mark price, and after giving discount on the mark price, he locks the deal on the selling price, and then he checks whether he has got gain by comparing between cost price and selling price or not. In this situation, we have got no profit, no loss. So that's why we have taken cost price equal to selling price only. So let us find out the discount. Discount is 71,313 by 7%. But this is the discount that is being offered on the mark price. Okay, because the customer can only see mark price. So discount being offered on the mark price. So let us take it like this. Let the mark price, let the mark price is equal to X rupees, because that is what we don't know. So let the mark price is X rupees. Now, how much discount being offered? Discount is 71,313 by 7%, which is nothing but 500 by 7%. Okay, 500 by 7% discount being offered. So what should be the selling price? Selling price is mark price minus discount percent. Okay, discount percent of mark price. Okay, so how much is the mark price that we have assumed? We have assumed the mark price to be x, so it has to be x minus 500 by 7% of x. 500 by 7% of x. If we solve this, this comes out to be x minus 5x by 7 is equal to, and the selling price is, how much is the selling price? We have already taken the selling price to be 100, so we can put this equal to 100. If we solve this, we're going to get x value as 350. So the mark price is simply 350 rupees. Okay, now we can compare. Cost price is 100, selling price we assume to be 100, and if this is the situation, then the mark price should come out to be 350. Cost price 100, selling price 100, the mark price should come out to be 350 rupees. What they had asked, what should be the markup percentage? How much percent higher then the cost price the value has been marked? That is what is markup percentage. So how much is the markup? Markup is 350 minus 100, that is nothing but 250. 250 has been the markup, and that should be the markup percentage only, because the cost price was taken as 100. 250 over 100 is nothing but 250% only. So that's why the answer becomes option number B. Markup percentage is 250%. Now, if the difference between the selling price of an article at the profit of 6% and 4% is rupees 3, then the cost price of the article should be okay. So in the first deal, the selling price is the profit is 6%. So what should be the selling price in terms of the profit? It has to be cost price plus profit percent of cost price. Okay, that is what is selling price. Cost price plus profit percent of cost price. Okay, so let us begin the question like, let the cost price is x, so the selling price should be how much? X plus first deal the profit has been 6%, so 6% of x, that is 6x upon 100, that is nothing but 106 of 100 into x. That is the first deal selling price, 106 of x upon 100. Now second deal. Okay, in the second deal there has been a profit of 4%. So how much is the profit? How much the selling price number 2? Selling price number 2 is the cost price, same for both the deals. So x plus 4% more than the cost price. So if you solve this, this comes out to be 104x over 100. That is the next selling price. This is selling price number 1. This is selling price number 2. These are the two selling prices have been received. Now what they say, the difference is 3. So we can take it like that, 106 by 100 of x minus 104 by 100 of x. The difference they say is 3. If we solve this further, this gives us 2x by 100 is equal to 3, and if we solve this for x, x value comes out to be 150. Okay, so the cost price is 150. That's what has been asked. What is the cost price of the article? Is nothing but 150. The answer is B, option B. Next, a trader fixes the mark price of an item 35% above the cost price. Okay, the percentage of discount allowed to gain 8% is okay. The shopkeeper has done what? The shopkeeper has upgraded, shopkeeper has changed the price and has marked it 35% above the cost price, and on that particular display price or mark price he is offering a discount of some percent, and that's what he wants to know. If I offer a discount of some percent and I still want to gain 8% over the cost price, how much should I mark it above? Okay, so this is the actual question. So we can begin like, let the cost price is 100. Why we can take that? Because there is no value given. Whenever there is no value given and the question is only dealing in the percentage, we can every time assume the cost price value to be 100. We can get the answer in very easy manner. Okay, if the cost price is 100, the first thing he said is the mark price is marked 35% above the cost price. So how much is the mark price? 35% above 100. So 100 plus 35% of 100, that is nothing but 35 only, so it becomes 135. So the mark price becomes 135. Cost price is 100, mark price is 135. Now the next thing, then they say there's a discount being offered, and then after the discount the deal should be logged over 8%. Okay, so what should be the selling price? They want to gain 8%, so the selling price should be cost price plus 8% of cost price. That would be the profit. So how much is the cost price we have taken? We have taken the cost price as 100, so 100 plus 8% of 100, that is nothing but 108. So this should be the selling price. and this is the mark price. Now they are saying how much discount should be given on 135, how much discount should be given on 135 so that the deal is locked at 108. Okay, so we just need to know the difference between 135 and 108 is what percent of 135, because the discount will be offered from 135 only. Okay, so let us do that. 135 minus 108, that should be the discount value divided by the this the value over which the discount is being given. The value, the discount will be given over the mark price, because that's what will be displayed to the customer only. So divided by 135 into 100%. Okay, by this expression we want to know that 135 is what percent more than 108. So if we solve this, this gives us 27 over 135 into 100, and that is nothing but 20%. Okay, so the discount that is to be given over 135 is 20% to gain the 8% profit. So that is the right answer, option number D. Next, a person bought an article for rupees D. He sold two articles at half their cost and the rest at a profit of rupees 8 on each article. If the overall profit is rupees 70, then the least possible value of n is. Okay, so we can do like this. Okay, he sold two articles at the half of their cost and the rest at the 8 rupees on each article. Okay, and the overall profit is given, so we will take it like this. Let the cost price of articles, okay, let us assume some cost price. Okay, let us take the cost price as rupees 10. We can take it as 1 also, we can take it as 100 also. Okay, let the cost price of the article is rupees 10. Now how many articles have been taken? Person bought n articles, so n articles are there. Okay, now the next thing that he said is he sold two articles at half their costs. Okay, the cost price is 10, two articles have been sold at half of their cost. So selling price of those two articles should be how much? Selling price of two articles should be half of the cost price, so twice of half of the cost price. Cost price was 10, so it is 10 rupees. So selling price of those two articles is 10 rupees, but there were n articles. So how many articles are left now? Article left are n minus 2. Okay, these many articles are left because two articles have been already dealt with. So the selling price of these n minus 2 articles that we are supposed to find out. Okay, they say the remaining article have been sold at a profit of rupees 8. Remaining article have been sold at a profit of rupees 8. So the selling price of these articles should be how much? The cost price was 10 and the 8%, 8 rupees profit has been earned. So this should be the new selling price of the remaining articles. That is nothing but 18 rupees. Okay, 18 rupees is the selling price of each article. How many article do we have there remaining? We have got n minus 2 article. So selling price of those n minus 2 articles should be 18 into n minus 2, which is nothing but 18n minus 36. So this is the selling price of the remaining article. Selling price of the two articles that were done were 10 rupees. Now let us add the total selling price. How much is the total selling price? Add them, 10 plus 18n minus 36. That gives you 18n minus 26. So that is the selling price of both the article. What was the cost price? Okay, cost price. See, we assumed cost price of each article was rupees 10. How many article did we have? We have n articles. So cost price was simply 10n rupees. Okay, so this was the cost price, this was the selling price. What are we supposed to know? He has already given us the profit, so we can find out the profit and we can make it equal to rupees 70. So profit is always selling price minus cost price. So 18n minus 26, that is selling price minus cost price is 10n, is equal to 70. The profit is already given to be 70, so we can solve this equation. This comes out to be 18 minus 10n is 8n minus 26 is 70. So this gives me 8n is equal to 96, which gives me n value as 12. So how many articles there should be to justify this condition is n value is coming out to be 12, and that is the right answer, option number A. Okay. Sudha and Mansi sold their articles for rupees 1287 each, but Sudha incurred a loss of 10%, whereas Mansi gained 10%. What is the ratio of articles sold by Sudha and Mansi? Okay, Sudha and Mansi sold their article for rupees 1287 each. The selling price of both the deal have been 1287, but Sudha has incurred a loss of 10%. That means the cost price has been more. Whenever you suffer a loss, your cost price is higher than the selling price. and Mansi has gained 10%. That means for the case of Mansi, the selling price, that is 1287, is more than cost price by 10%. Okay, so what we can do, we can find out the cost price of both the articles, and if the cost price of both the articles are known, that should be the ratio only of the articles sold by Sudha and Mansi. Okay, the ratio of cost price will be the required ratio only. So we are supposed to know the ratio of CP1 to CP2, the ratio of cost price 1 to cost price 2 we are supposed to know. So let us find out the cost price value. There's a formula for cost price that can be brought in the scene. The cost price can always be calculated when it is a profit scene. Whenever you have a profit, the cost price can be calculated by 100 over 100 plus profit percent, 100 plus profit percent into selling price, okay, of profit. Okay, whenever there is a loss, the selling cost price of the loss uh, deal can be found out by 100 minus loss percent into selling price of loss. Okay, so let us find out the cost price of profit first. Cause the profit has been 10% for the case of Mansi. So cost price number one, that is of profit case, is nothing but 100 over how much profit has occurred. It's 100 and it's 10%, so it is 100 by 110 into the selling price is 1287. So this is the case of profit case for the case of Mansi. Okay, so how much this comes out to be? If you solve, this comes out to be 1170 rupees. So the Mansi's cost price is nothing but 1170 rupees. Let us find out the loss case cost price. Loss has occurred in case of Sudha. So cost price of Sudha will be what? Cost price of Sudha will be 100 divided by 100 minus loss percent. How much loss has again occurred? Again 10% loss has occurred into selling price is again the same, that is 1287. If we solve this further, this comes out to be 1430. So cost price for the case of Sudha is 1430. As we said, the ratio between the articles sold by Sudha and Mansi will be the ratio of their cost prices only. So let us put the cases. As they say, sold by Sudha and Mansi. So we have to put the cost price of Sudha first. That was 1430 is to, then he said Mansi. So we have to put the cost price of Mansi. That was 1170. So this is what we have to do. Okay. We have to simplify this ratio. And if we simplify this ratio together, this gives us ultimately 11 is to 9. So that should be the answer. The ratio is 11 is to 9. Option available in A. Next, a shopkeeper placed on display some shirts, each with a mark price. He then posted a board reading 1 by 4 off on the shirts, 1 by 4 off on every shirt. If the cost of one shirt was two-third of the price at which it was actually sold, the ratio of the cost and the mark price of the shirt was. Okay. So there have been a display on the shirt and the discount is offered as 1 by 4, that is 25%. And the one more thing that is given is the cost price will be the two-third of the selling price. So let us do it one by one. Okay. Let us assume first the mark price. Okay. Let us start with doing the mark price. Why we are taken that? Because the 1 by 4 off will be given on the mark price only, whatever is the display price. So if the mark price is X rupees, the discount value will be how much? As they say, the discount is 1 by 4 on each shirt, so it should be 1 by 4 of the X. That is nothing but X by 4. That should be the discount given. Okay, so the selling price will be what? Selling price nothing but mark price minus the discount. That is always the scene. Selling price is mark price minus the discount. So how much is the mark price? Is X minus X by 4 is the discounted, this the discount. So the ultimate selling price comes out to be 3 by 4. Okay, 3 by 4 is the 3 by 4 X rather. 3 by 4 X is the selling price. Now the cost price should be how much? As they say, cost price of the shirt is two-third of the price at which it was sold. So cost price is nothing but 2 by 3 times of the selling price that we have already calculated. So it should be done like 2 by 3 into 3 by 4 of X. If we solve this further, the 3 and 3 get cancelled. We got 1 by 2 of X. Okay, so what we get is cost price is 1 by 2 of X. X was nothing but the mark price. So we can relate like CP is 1 by 2 of the mark price. And what they have asked, the ratio of cost and the marked. So CP by MP is required. CP by MP is required. That is nothing but 1 by 2. Or we can write this as 1 is to 2 also. So that is the required answer. 1 is to 2. Option number A is the right answer. Now, 18. What they say, a tradesman sells one kind of sugar at rupees 3 per kg and loses 20%, and another kind of sugar at rupees 5 per kg and gains 25%. He mixes them together in equal proportion and sells the mixture at 6 rupees per kg. What is the gain percent? Okay, so there are two deals that are happening. Cost price uh, of one is required, cost price of two is required. That will be the ultimate cost price. Similarly, selling price of one is required, selling price of two is required. That will be the ultimate selling price. And then by comparing between selling price and cost price, we can find out the gain percent. Okay, so let us do it like this. So let us say that the rupees 3 per kg. So let us take the cost price to be for quantity of 1 kg. We will assume the quantity to be 1 kg for both the cases because the gain has been asked in percentage. So if you take the quantity 1 kg for both cases or 10 kg or 100 kg or any quantity, the percentage gain will be same. Okay, but we have to take the quantity 1 kg for both the cases. So let's take the quantity of 1 kg. So what has happened in the first deal? The selling price one is rupees 3 and the loss percent is 20%. So the cost price can be calculated in the case of loss case is nothing but 100 over 100 minus loss percent into selling price. Using this, the cost price 2 comes out to be 100 over 100 minus 20, that is the loss value, into the selling price, that is 3. So the cost price in the case of loss case comes out to be, if you solve this equation, it comes out to be 15 by 4. Okay, it comes out to be 15 by 4 because this is becoming 100 by 80 into 3. That is nothing but 5 by 4 into 3. That is nothing but 15 by 4. So the cost price for the case of loss case is 15 by 4. Now let us find out the cost price in the other case where the profit has occurred of 25%. So cost price of the profit case will be again the same equation, 100 divided by 100 plus profit percent this time. Profit percent is 25 and into the selling price. Selling price of the next deal is 5 rupees. So this is coming out to be 100 by 125 into 5. If you solve this, this gives you exactly 4. That is 4 by 5 into 5 is exactly 4. So cost price in terms of the profit case is 4. So we have got the two cost prices and we already know the two selling prices. Now we can find out. Okay, so the total cost price is how much? Total cost price is the sum of both the cost prices, that is 4 plus 15 by 4, that is nothing but 31 by 4. That is the total cost price. Okay, but this is the total cost price of 2 kg mixture. Okay, because 1 kg taken from the first deal and second one 2 kg taken. So total cost price of 1 kg will be how much? Will be just half of this, so 31 by 8. That will be the total cost price of the 1 kg mixture only. Now on the other side, what he has done, he has sold the mixture at, as they say, he has sold the mixture at 6 rupees per kg. He has sold the complete mixture at 6 rupees per kg. Okay, so the selling price of 1 kg is simply 6 rupees. Selling price of 1 kg is simply 6 rupees. Now we can find out the profit values. Profit is always selling price minus cost price. How much is that? 6 minus 31 by 8. That comes out to be 17 by 8. This is the profit. We are supposed to find out the gain percent. Gain percent formula is nothing but gain or profit divided by cost price into 100%. That is always the formula. So profit value is 17 by 8 divided by cost price is nothing but 31 by 8 into 100%. That's what we have to supposed to solve. So obviously 8 and 8 gets cancelled and we remain with 17 by 31 into 100. If we convert this into mixed fraction, it comes out to be 5426 by 31%. So that should be the profit percent value, 5426 by 31%, and that is available in option number C, and that becomes the right answer. Okay, so the question says a man buys 2 dozen bananas at rupees 16 per dozen. After selling 18 bananas at the rate of rupees 12 per dozen, the shopkeeper reduced the price of the bananas to rupees 4 per dozen. What is the loss percent? Okay, so we need to know the loss percent formula first. That is nothing but loss divided by cost price into 100%. Okay, whereas the loss formula is nothing but cost price minus selling price. Okay, so we need to know the cost price first. Cost price is how much? How many bananas are bought? 2 dozen banana. That is 2 dozen banana are bought at the rate of 16 rupees per dozen. So the total cost price is 32 rupees. So this is what is the cost price. What about the selling price? They say that they have sold 18 bananas at the rate of 12 per dozen. So 12 rupees are is the rate for 12 bananas because the 12 rupees is the rate for dozen. So dozen means 12. So one banana will cost at this rate. One banana will cost how much? At one banana will cost how much? Will be 12 by 12, so that is 1 rupees. Okay, 1 rupees is the cost of the banana when it comes to selling. And they have sold how many at this rate? 18 bananas have been sold at this rate. So as selling price of those 18 banana is going to be 18 into 1, that is 18 rupees only. So 18 banana have been sold at 18 rupees. And the rest of the bananas, how many bananas are left now? There were 2 dozens taken initially. 2 dozens mean 24. So the remaining bananas are 24 minus 18. That is 6 bananas are left. Okay, these 6 bananas are being sold at what rate? The rate is rupees 4 per dozen. That means one banana will cost how much? One banana will cost rupees 4 per dozen. So 4 by 12, that is 1 by 3 rupees. Okay, one banana is cost will be sold at 1 by 3 rupees. So we have 6 bananas left. So 6 bananas selling price will be how much? 6 into 1 by 3, that is 2 rupees. So the next 4 bananas, 6 bananas have been sold at 2 rupees. So the total selling price, how much is the total selling price? Is the selling price of the earlier 18 bananas, that was 18 rupees, plus the selling price of uh, these remaining 6 banana, that is 2 rupees, which gives you 20 rupees. So the total selling price comes out to be 20 rupees. Total cost price was 32 rupees. We can deal with it. Where then using these two, we can find out the loss value as cost price minus selling price, that is 32 minus 20, that is 12 rupees loss has occurred. We need to know the loss percentage, so we can use this formula, the very beginning one. So loss percent value will be 12 by cost price is 32 into 100%. Okay, if you solve this particular value comes out to be ultimately 37.5%. 37.5%, and that is the answer only. 37.5%, which is available in option number A is the right answer. Now I bought 6 candles for rupees 12 and sold them at the rate of 3 candles for rupees 10. My gain percentage. So what we can do, we can find out the cost price and selling price of one candle, and then we can relate them. First of all, the gain percent formula. What is gain percent formula? Is nothing but gain divided by cost price into 100%. That is the gain percent formula. Okay, how many candles have been bought? 6 candles bought at rupees 12. 6 at rupees 12. Okay, so one candle's selling price is how much? One candle's selling price is one candle's cost prices, because they have been just bought, they had not been sold. One candle's cost price is how much? 6 candle for rupees 12. So that is 12 by 6. That is 2 rupees. So one candle has been bought at a cost price of 2 rupees. Let us find out one candle's selling price. Okay, the candle have been sold at 3 at rupees 10. Okay, the candles have been sold as 3 for rupees 10. Okay, so 3 have been sold for rupees 10. So one candle's selling price is 3 have been sold for rupees 10, that is 10 by 3 rupees. So the one candle selling price is 10 by 3 rupees. One candle's cost price is 2 rupees. So we can then find out the gain percent. Okay, gain percent formula is written on the very above part. What is the gain? Gain value is nothing but selling price minus cost price. How much is the selling price? Is 10 by 3 minus how much is the cost price? Is 2 rupees. Okay, if you subtract this comes out to be 4 by 3 rupees. So that is what is the profit or the gain. Now we can put this 4 by 3 value into the gain percent formula to get the gain percent. Gain percent is going to be gain of 4 by 3 rupees has happened. The cost price was 2 rupees for one candle into 100%. If you solve this comes out to be ultimately is 4 by 6, that is 2 by 3 into 100, that is nothing but 66 2 by 3 percent. The gain percent comes out to be 66 2 by 3%, which is available in option number D. Now, they say a merchant allows a discount of 20% on the mark price for the cash payment. To make a profit of 27%, he must mark his good higher than the cost price by how much percent? Okay, so obviously there's a cost price, and the retailer or the merchant should mark it at a price, that is, let's say, mark price. Okay, this mark price is available for the customer. They can only see the mark price, they cannot see the cost price. So they believe that this is the right price of the article, mark price. Then they say merchant has to allow 20% discount. So merchant has to allow a discount of 20% also. So that value should be selling price. Selling price should be how much? Mark price minus 20% of mark price. Okay, that should be the selling price on which the deal should be logged. And they say that whatever is the selling price, that should be giving the merchant a 27% profit. Okay, that should be giving the merchant a 27% profit. So that's what they are asking, to have such a deal in which the 20% discount is available on the mark price, and after even giving the discount of 20%, the customer has to, the merchant has to gain 27%. So how much should be the selling price, or how much should be the markup percentage, so that he gets the 27% profit? That is the question. So let us give it one by one. Let us say the mark price, he should mark it as X rupees. Okay, let's say the mark price is X rupees. Now what should be the selling price? See, they have to offer 20% discount on the mark price, so the selling price should be 20% lesser. That is X minus 20% of X. That should be the ultimate selling price. Okay, which is nothing but X minus X by 5. That is nothing but 4X by 5 rupees. So this should be the ultimate selling price. Okay, now we can find out the cost price. Okay, we have a formula for cost price. The formula for cost price is, whenever there is a profit occurs, formula for cost price become 100 over 100 plus gain percent or profit percent into selling price. That is the formula. Okay, so we can use this formula to find out the cost price. Okay, how much is the profit occurred? There is a 27% profit has to happen. So the it can be found out by 100 over 100 plus 27, that is the profit percent value, into the selling price, that is nothing but 4X by 5. Okay, if you solve this further, this comes out to be 100 by 127 into 4X by 5 rupees. That is nothing but, if you solve this further, this gives you the ultimate value as 80 by 127X. That should be the ultimate cost price. Okay, so this is the cost price, this is the mark price. Okay, now they say how much percent higher than the cost price should be marked as the mark price. Okay, the cost price is 80 by 127X and the mark price is marked to be X rupees. So how much percent higher? So for that we need to know what is the difference between mark price and the cost price. So mark price and the cost price have got a difference of X minus 80 by 127X. That is the difference between mark price and cost price. Okay, and they are asking how much percent above marked. So for percentage thing, we need to have a denominator. So how much percent above it has marked? That should be the difference between mark price and cost price divided by the cost price itself. Because the percentage mark should be over the cost price only, so denominator is cost price only into 100%. Okay, so let us do it. The mark price minus cost price value is here. So how much percent above it has to be marked is simply X minus 80 by 127X divided by cost price value was 80 by 127X only into 100%. So we need to solve this expression, then we will be able to know. If we solve this further, this comes out to be 127X minus 80X divided by 127 into 127 by 80X into 100. If we solve this further, this comes out to be 47 by X by 80X. X and X get cancelled. So it comes out to be 47 by 80 into 100. That is nothing but 58.75%. So the cost price, so the mark price should be 58.75% higher, so that after the markup has been done, then giving a discount of 20%, still you lock with a deal of 27% profit. So the right answer is option number B, 58.75%. Now, the profit earned after selling an article for rupees 536 is the same as loss incurred after selling the article for rupees 426. Okay, they say if the article is sold at 536, the loss is incurred and that loss is equal to the selling the article at 426. Okay, this is what they say. So let us find out the first part of it. They say profit earned after selling an article for 536. So profit value is what? Selling price minus cost price. Okay. So the selling price is 536 minus cost price. Cost price, let the cost price be cost CP only. So this is what is the profit earned in the first deal. Now in the second deal, there is a loss occurred. Loss incurred after selling the article for rupees 426. So loss value is how much? Cost price minus selling price. Cost price is still unknown, minus selling price is 426. So this is the loss value, this is the profit value. They say the selling price and the profit and the loss value are same. So we can make both of these as equal. If we do that, we're gonna land to 536 minus CP is equal to CP minus 426. Okay, if you solve this further, this becomes twice of CP is equal to 536 plus 426, that is 962, which gives us the CP value as half of 962, that is going to be 481, that is going to be 481 rupees. Okay, so that is what is the cost price value available in the option number C, 481. Now, if the cost price of 24 article is equal to the selling price of 21 articles, find the percentage gain or loss. Okay. Cost price of 24 article is equal to selling price of 21 articles. So we can do it like this. Let the cost price of one article is 1 rupees. Let us begin like this. Okay. So if the one article is cost price is 1 rupees, then how many articles are there? 24. So cost price of 24 such articles will be how much? Simply 24 rupees. But they say cost price of 24 article is equal to selling price of 21. So this is equal to selling price of 21 articles. Okay. So we can say the selling price of 21 articles is how much? 24 rupees. Okay, but what will be the cost price of 21 articles? What will be the cost price of 21 article? As one article's cost price was 1 rupee, so 21 articles cost price will be how much? 21 rupees. So now we have, for the same number 21, we have the cost price and the selling price available. So we can easily find out the profit and loss value. So see, the selling price is higher than the cost price. So obviously there is a profit. The profit value is 24 minus 21. That is 3 rupees. That is what is the profit occurred. They are asking for the gain. So they are asking for the gain percent. Gain percent formula is gain or profit divided by cost price into 100%. Okay, let us put the value 3 divided by cost price was 21 into 100%. That is nothing but 100 by 7. The value comes out to be 14 2 by 7%. And that is the right answer. 14 2 by 7% of gain has occurred. And that is the right answer. Now, the list price of a watch is rupees 720. List price is the price at which the item is displayed. A man buys it for rupees 550.80 after getting two successive discounts. Successive discount is one discount after another. Okay. So the first being 10%. First he was offered a discount of 10%. After reducing the 10% from the list price, whatever would have been the value left, there would have been one more discount given on that. Find the second discount percent, and that particular discount percent we have to find out. Okay. So we can begin the question like, let the second discount percent is, let the second discount percent is nothing but X%. We can begin like this. Okay. Now we have a successive discount formula. Okay. We have a successive discount formula. The successive discount of A% and B% is equivalent to one single discount of, the expression is A plus B minus AB upon 100%. That is the formula. Okay, successive discount of A and then B% is actually equivalent to single discount of this much percent. Okay, so we can bring this in the scene. First of all, let us find out how much has been the overall discount. So the list price was 720 rupees, and the selling price is how much? 550.80 rupees. So how much is the total discount offer? So total discount will be nothing but list price minus the deal price or the selling price. If you subtract this, you're gonna get to 720 minus 550.80. This much it is. Okay, so this is what is the difference between the list price and the selling price. 720 minus 550.80. Okay, how much this becomes? So if this would have been 620, there would have been 100, and then there is 50. So 170 minus zero point 0.8, if you do, so is going to be 169.80. That much is the discount value. So now we need to know how much discount is this 169.80 in terms of percentage with the selling price, the list price. The list price was 720. So this discount is how much percent of 720, that we need to know. So 169.80 divided by 720 into 100%. This will tell us that this discount is how much percent. We are finding out percentage discount. Okay. This is the percentage discount value. Okay. Then this percentage discount can be achieved through the successive percentage value. Okay, so the first discount is 10%, so a can be 10 plus the second discount was x%, so that was x minus 10 into x upon 100. This is the ultimate discount that has been offered in terms of percentage, and this should be equal to the discount that is calculated as 169.80 by 720 into 100%. So these two things should be equal. If we solve this equation further, then this gives us how much? This is going to be 100 in the LCM. Then it is 1000 plus 100x minus 10x is equal to, let us multiply 16980 divided by 720. So we can cut down the things as much as possible. We can cut these two things also. Then 100 remains as it is. We can cut down these things. Okay. So let the final value come as, so it is coming out to be 1000 plus 90x by 100 is equal to 1698 by 72. So we can solve this further. Solving this further, the ultimate x value comes out to be 100 minus 85. That is nothing but 15%. So after giving a discount of 10%, the merchant needs to give an additional 15%. Then only the price of 720 would reach out to 550.80. So the right answer is option number B, 15%. Now, then they say a merchant buys 200 kilogram of rice at rupees 1.25 per kg, 400 kilogram of rice at 75 paise per kg. He mixes them and sell one third of the mixture at 1 rupee per kg. At what rate should he sell the remaining mixture so that he may earn a profit of 25% on the whole outlay? Okay, so there are two types of rice being mixed. The first quality is 200 kg quantity, and the rate is 1.25 rupees per kg. This is the first quantity. So how much is the cost price of this? So the cost price of this is going to be the multiplication of them, 200 kg at the rate of 1.25 rupees. Okay, 200 kg at the rate of 1.25 rupees. This brings out to be 125 into 2, that is 250 rupees. Okay, so the first cost price is 250 rupees. Next quantity, CP1. Let us assign this as cost price number 1. Next, in the next type of rice, we have got 400 kg of rice and being sold at 75 paisa. That is 3 by 4 of rupees. Okay, per kg. 75 paisa is 3 by 4 rupees per kg. 400 kg at the rate of 3 by 4 rupees per kg. How much is the cost price number 2? So that will obviously be 400 multiplied by 3 by 4. That is nothing but your 300 rupees. So the second cost price is 300 rupees. First cost price is 250 rupees. So what is the total cost price? The total cost price comes out to be 550 rupees. So total cost price is 550 rupees. Okay. Then he mixes them and sells. As they say, he mixes both of the one type of rice. So the total mixture will be how much? Total mixture will become how much? How much quantity? First was 200, then was 400. The total mixture is 600 of kg. This much is the total rice available with me. Then they say, now let us find out the selling price of this 600 kg. Okay, how can we find out the selling price of 600 kg? The 600 kg quantity is being sold, and they are saying the total profit to be achieved is 25%. Okay, so 25% profit is to be achieved over the 600 kg rice. Okay, so selling price of this 600 kg rice should be how much? 600 kg should be how much? cost price of this 600 kg, that is cost price plus 25% of cost price. Okay, that's what should be the selling price of 600 kg to earn the 25% profit. How much is the cost price of this 600 kg? We already know that is 550. So it has to be 550 plus 25% of 550. 25 by 100 of 550. Okay, if you solve this further, this lands to rupees 687.50. Rupees 687.50. This is the ultimate selling price of the 600 kg rice. 687.50. Now what they have said, one third of the mixture is being sold at rupees 1 per kg. So how much is the total mixture? 600 kg. So one third of the mixture is how much? 600 by 3, that is 200 kg of the mixture is sold at the rate of 1 rupees per kg, as they say. Okay, so how much is the selling price of these? Selling price of these 200 kg is how much? Is simply 200 into 1, that is nothing but 200 rupees only. That is the selling price of this 200 kg, 200 rupees only. Now what is the remaining selling price? The remaining selling price is, the ultimate selling price is 687.50, and one third of the selling price is 200 rupees. So remaining selling price should be the difference of them, 687.50 minus 200. That is how much? That is nothing but 487.50 rupees. That is the selling price of the remaining particular rice. Now how much rice has been left out now? 400 kg. So this 400 kg of rice should be sold at 487.50 rupees. Then only the desired profit percentage would be achieved. 400 kg sold at rupees 487.50. So 1 kg should be sold at what rate? Simply a unitary method. 487.50 divided by 400. That should be the rate of 1 kg of selling price for the remaining one. How much that comes out to be? That comes out to be 1.22 rupees per kg. Okay, so the remaining rice should be sold at rupees 1.22 per kg to have achieved the ultimate profit percent of 25%. So rupees 1.22 is the right answer. Next, A sells a refrigerator to B at a loss of 20%. B sells it to C at a loss of 30%. If CP of the refrigerator sold to C is 17,920, find the CP of A. Okay, so this has been done between 3 steps, A, B, and C. So what has given to us? They have given to us selling price when the deal has happened from B to C. Selling price when the deal has happened from B to C, that has been given as 17,920 rupees. Okay, how much has been the loss percent? As they say, loss percent has been 13%. Okay, so if the selling price is 17,920 and the loss percent is 30%, so we can find out the cost price. Okay, and this will be the cost price that would be taken by B. So cost price that has been taken can be found out using a formula. Cost, when the selling price is given to us, the cost and the loss has occurred, the cost price can be found out as 100 over 100 minus loss percent into the selling price. 100 over 100 minus the loss percent into selling price. Okay, so the cost price is how much? 100 over how much loss has occurred? 30% loss has occurred, so it has to be left out as 70 into selling price is 17,920. If you solve this further, this comes out to be rupees 25,600 rupees. So 25,600 rupees is the selling price from B to A, because this 25,600 rupees would have been taken by A from the B for selling it to B. So we can easily write this cost price of B is nothing but the selling price of A, because the deal has happened between A, then B, then C. So whatever is the cost price of B, that will be serving as a selling price for A. So selling price of B to A is nothing but your rupees 25,600. Okay, now let us find out how much has been the loss in this deal. In this deal, the loss has been happened of 20%. Okay, loss has happened in terms of 20%. Now we have got a new selling price and a new loss percent. We are supposed to find out the cost price again. So we can use again the same formula, 100 divided by 100 minus loss percent into selling price. So how much is that? 100 divided by, this time around the loss has of 20%. So this should be 100 by 80 into selling price is how much? 25,600. If you solve this further, this is coming out to be rupees 32,000. So this much is the cost price available at the end of A. Okay, so the cost price for A is, that's what they asked, find the cost price of A, is nothing but rupees 32,000 available in option number B. Now, the next says the catalog price of a radio is rupees 720. If it is sold at a discount of 16.2 by 3% of the catalog price, the gain is 25%. Find the gain or loss percent if it is sold for rupees 160 below the catalog price. Okay, so what all is given to us? We have been given catalog price or the mark price rather, that is nothing but 720 rupees. What all have been given? We have been given discount percent, that is 16.2 by 3%, or we can rather write it as 50 by 3% in the simple fractions. What else has been given to us? The gain percent has been given to us. Gain percent is 25%. Okay, this much value has been given to us. So let us first find out the selling price of it. Okay, selling price is always calculated by mark price minus discount percent of mark price. Okay, because the selling price will be that price that you will have to pay to the merchant when you reduce your discount from the mark price. Okay, so we can calculate the selling price as mark price is 720 minus discount percent is 50 by 3% of the mark price. Okay, the mark price is 720 again. So if you solve this further, this comes out to be 600 rupees. This comes out to be, the selling price is 600 rupees. Now they say the gain is 25%. So whatever would have been the cost price at this selling price, the gain is 25%. So now I have got selling price value as 600. The gain percent value is given out to be 25%. I need to find out the cost percent now, cost price now. So whenever there is a gain happens, the cost price can be calculated in terms of selling price as 100 over 100 plus gain percent into the selling price. This is the formula for finding out the cost price whenever there is a gain that has happened. So the cost price should be how much? Cost price should be nothing but 100 over 100 plus 25. That is the gain that has happened into selling price value is rupees 600. Okay, if you solve this further, okay, then we can find out the things. Okay, the profit of 16% has happened, as they say. Okay, so how much is the cost price coming? So cost price coming by this thing is 480 rupees. Okay, 480 is the cost price coming. Now they have added one more thing to it. They say find the gain or loss percent if it is sold for rupees 160 below the catalog price. So how much was the catalog price? Catalog price was 720. So now the new selling price should be 160 lesser than the mark price, that is 720 minus 160. Okay, 720 minus 160, that is nothing but rupees 560. So 560 is the new selling price. Cost price is as it is, that we calculated is 480. Now they're asking whether there be a percent profit or a loss and how much percent. So we can see the selling price is 560, cost price is 480. So obviously selling price is higher. So there is a profit that has occurred. So we can find out the profit percent by profit divided by cost price into 100%. Okay, profit is nothing but selling price minus cost price. So 560 minus 480 divided by cost price is 480 into 100%. Okay, this comes out to be nothing but 80 by 480 into 100%. That is nothing but 100 by 6 or 16.2 by 3%. So the ultimate profit at the end of the question should be happening as 16.2 by 3%, which is available in the option number A, and that is right answer. Now, in the next question, Mr. Prasad has sold two articles for the same price, but one at a loss of 30% and the other at a profit of 30%. Okay, they say sold two articles for the same price, that is selling price of the first deal is equal to selling price of the second deal. But first deal is of a loss of 30% and second deal is of a profit of 30%. The profit of 30% and selling price of loss of 30% has happened. Find the net profit or loss percent. Okay, this is what is the question given to us. Okay, so whenever such kind of situation happens that the selling price is same, so and the profit and loss percent is also the same, so we call this situation as common profit or loss percent situation. We call this situation as common profit or loss percent situation. And whenever the selling price is also the same and profit or loss percent has been also the same, occurs always a loss. There occurs always a loss. And how much is that loss percent value? We can use a direct formula for finding out such loss is nothing but the common profit or loss that has occurred, common profit oblique loss upon 10 whole square percent. Okay, there occurs a loss in such cases every time when the selling price is same and the profit and loss percent is also the same. You always suffer a loss of how much percent? This is the formula given. You suffer a loss of how much percent? It is common profit oblique loss divided by 10 whole square percent. So how much is the common profit or loss? It is given out to be 30 divided by 10 whole square. So if you do this, this comes out to be 900 by 100, which is nothing but 9% loss. So the right answer is simply 9% loss. Now, a discount series of 10%, 20%, and 40% equal to single discount off. So we can easily use the successive discount formula. Okay, successive discount formula in the scene. Successive discount for two cases. For a successive discount of A and B percent is equivalent to a single discount of A plus B minus AB upon 100%. Okay, but we have got three values here, so we can do it one by one. This successive discount formula will work for only 2%, two discounts. So we can do it one by one. So let us do the first one. That is, first is 10%, 20%. So the discount of 10% and 20% is actually equivalent to discount of how much percent? Let us have 10 for A, 20 for B minus 10 into 20 upon 100. This is what we can do. This much discount should be offered. How much is this? 30 minus 20 into 10 is 200 by 100 is 2. That is actually equal to 28%. So discount of 10 and 20 successively is actually equal to a single discount of 28%. Now let us move to the next discount. Now you have got two discounts of 28% and 40%. Now two discounts of 28% and 40% is actually equivalent to a single discount of how much percent? That you are supposed to find out. So we can again use the same formula. This time around the A value will be 28, B value will be 40 minus 28 into 40 upon 100. This is what you are supposed to do, and percent. So if you solve this further, this comes out to be 68 minus, if you cut these things like that, then this is going to be 5 here and then 2 here. This is 56 by 5. Okay, 56 by 5%. If you solve this further, this ultimately comes out to be 56.8%, a single discount of 56.8%. And that is the right answer available in option number B. Next. Now, they say profit percent of a bookseller if he sells a book at the mark price after enjoying a commission of 25% on the mark price will be what they say, the profit percent of a bookseller. Okay, the book is being sold at what price? At the mark price only, but there is already a commission taken by the shopkeeper of 25%. Then they are asking how much mark price, how much should be the profit percent. Okay, so what all things given to us? See, there is no value given here, only the percentage things are given. So in this type of situation, we can anytime assume any value as mark price. So let me assume MP as 100 and we can use things on 100 only. So the mark price value is 100 and cost price to the shopkeeper is how much? They said he has enjoyed 25% commission. They say what? He has enjoyed 25% commission on the mark price already. So cost price should be how much? 25% lesser. So how much is that? 100 minus 25% of 100. So this should be the ultimate cost price because he has already enjoyed a 25% commission. So 25% of the mark price goes into his pocket. So what should have been the actual cost price? Would have been 100 minus 25% of 100. That is nothing but 75 rupees is the cost price. 100 is the mark price, 75 rupees is the actual cost price. And how much is the selling price? Selling price is 100 again. Okay, selling price is 100 again. So how much is the profit percent? Profit percent is always calculated as selling price minus cost price over cost price into 100%. How much is the selling price value? Is 100. How much is the cost price value? Is 75 divided by 75 into 100. This is what you are supposed to do. If you solve this, this comes out to be 33 1 by 3%. And that is the actual profit percent value, option number D, and that is the right answer. Now, the question says a manufacturer of a certain item can sell all he can produce at the selling price of rupees 60 each. It cost him rupees 40 in material inclusive of the labor, so everything included, and then he can sell it at rupees 60 and cost price is 40. Okay, so the cost price value, everything included, is 40 rupees, and the selling price value, all thing included, is rupees 60, as they say. Okay, now of the labor to produce each of them with the overhead expense of rupees 3000 rupees per week. So in the cost price there is an extra expense of 3000 rupees also being charged for 1 week. So this will be add to the cost price only because there is an extra expense being falling. Okay, 3000 rupees, the number of units he should produce and sell in order to make a profit of at least 1000 rupees per week. So the profit value is given out to be 1000 rupees for a week. So now let us find out the total cost price value is how much. Total cost price value is 40 rupees for each article. So we'll have to assume let the number of articles that must be produced in order to gain 1000 rupees as a profit. Number of articles that should be bought is, let's say, X. So how much is the total cost price? Because the cost price of each article is 40. So the total cost price is 40x rupees plus, because as they say, for 1 week they charge rupees 3000 rupees extra as an extra overhead expense. So it is 3000 rupees. So this is the ultimate cost price for X unit, 40x plus 3000. What should be the profit value? The profit value is written out to be 1000 rupees. Okay. What is the selling price? If the X unit are being sold and bought, so the selling price would be, the selling price rate is 60 rupees per article. So the selling price should be 60 into X, that is 60x rupees is the ultimate selling price. 1000 is the ultimate profit and this is the ultimate cost price. So we can every time found out, we can do it like profit is nothing but selling price minus cost price. So profit value is 1000 is nothing but selling price value is 60x minus cost price value is 40x plus 3000. So it has to be a minus here. So if you solve this equation further, the 4000 is equal to 20x. This is what comes ultimately, and which gives us x value as 200. So there has to be 200 articles sold or produced, then only there will be a gain of 1000 rupees per week achieved. So the answer is 200 units to be constructed or prepared. Next, an article was sold at 16% gain. The profit percent or the gain percent is given out to be 16%. Had it been sold for rupees 200 more, okay, the gain would have been 20% more. Okay, if the selling price would have been rupees 200 more, the new gain would have been 20%. Okay, then the cost price of the article is, that's what we are supposed to find out. So let us assume, let's say the cost price is X, because the cost price is not going to change in any situation. Now, by the first deal, they say there has to be a 16% profit achieved. So the selling price number one should be, in the first case, the selling price should be 16% more than the cost price, or you can use the formula also, 100 plus profit percent over 100 into cost price. That is nothing but 116 divided by 100 of the cost price value that we have assumed as X. So this is nothing but 116x upon 100. This is the selling price number one. Now, let us focus on the other line that he said, had it been sold for 200 more. That means if the selling price would have been 200 rupees more higher. So the new selling price is what? 200 more than the old selling price. So it has to be 116x over 100 plus 200. Okay, this is the new selling price. They say if this would have been the selling price, the new profit percent would have been 20%. Okay, and then we have supposed to find out the cost price. So whenever there is a selling price given, we can find out the cost price using the same formula also that we put here, the selling price and the cost price formula. So let us put the value. Selling price we already know. Selling price is 116x upon 100 plus 200. That is the selling price is equal to 100 plus profit percent. Profit percent, the new top profit percent is now 20. So it has to be 100 plus 20 over 100 into the new cost price that we have to find out. Okay, or rather cost price is same, so instead of taking CP2 we can just take it as X, because cost price is going to be same if the even if any scheme is changed, cost price always remains same. So this is what we are supposed to solve. This is 116 by X by 100 is equal to, this is 120 by 100, 120 by 100 X minus 200. If we solve this equation further, it is coming out to be 20x is equal to 16x plus 20,000, which gives us x value as ultimately 5,000. Okay, so the cost price of the article is nothing but 5,000 rupees, and that is available in option number D, and that is the right answer. Cost price is 5,000 rupees. Next, A bought 636 articles and sold 600 of them for the price he paid for 636. Okay, he sold only 600 of them and at the rate of the price of 636. So for this question to begin with, we have to assume first of all the cost price of one article, then only we can relate the question. So let us assume cost price of one article is 1 rupees. Let us take the things like that. So if the cost price of one article is 1 rupees, then cost price of 636 article would have been 636 rupees, as simple as that. Similarly, cost price of 600 article will be how much? Is simply 600 rupees by the same logic. Now, what they say, he sold 600 of them at the price of 636 articles. So that means selling price of 600 articles is actually equal to cost price of 636 articles. Okay, so how much is the cost price of 636 article? Is nothing but 636 only. So selling price of 600 articles is how much? Simply 636 rupees only. And what would have been the cost price of 600 article that we have already calculated would have been 600 rupees. So for the similar number of 600 articles, the cost price is 600 and selling price is 636. So we can easily find out the selling price of one article is how much? 636 by 600, 636 by 600. That comes out to be 1.06 rupees. So that is the selling price of one article. Okay, now how many articles he has sold? They say the 600 of them at being sold at the price for 636 article. Okay, now he sold the rest at the same price per piece as the 600 article. How many rest are remained? 636 minus 600, so only 36 are remained. So for the 36, what he has done, selling price of remaining 36 articles is nothing but the price at which the same price at which other articles 600 article have been sold, that is 1.06 only. So selling price of 36 article becomes how much? The 36 into 1.06 only, that is nothing but 38.16 rupees. So this is the selling price of the remaining 36 article. Now, let us find out the total selling price. Okay, how much is the total selling price? The first case, the selling price was 630 rupees as we calculated here. And then the second case, the selling price is 38.16 rupees. So what is the total selling price? Is 636 plus 38.16. If you add them together, this comes out to be 674.16. This is the ultimate selling price of the whole deal. Okay, what is the ultimate cost price of the whole deal? The cost price of 636 articles was how much? Was 636 only. So total cost price was how much? 636 only. Total selling price is 674.16. Total cost price is 600. So we can use the gain percent formula that we are supposed to find out. What is gain percent formula? Is nothing but selling price minus cost price divided by cost price into hundreds. How much is the selling price? 674.16 minus cost price is 636 divided by cost price is again 636 into 100%. This is what we are supposed to solve. If we solve this further, this is ultimately coming out to be 6%. So that is the ultimate profit of the whole deal. Answer is 6%. Option available in answer number, option number A. Next, find the ratio of CP of selling price, that is cost price to selling price, that is CP to SP, if a retailer can procure 56 article by selling 40 such articles. What do you mean by procure? That means the cost of uh, 56 article has been covered by just selling 40 article. That means that is the meaning of procure. It means, okay, what do we mean by retailer can procure 56 article by selling 40 articles only? That's by selling the 40 articles only, the cost price of 56 article has been achieved, has been gained, has been covered. So what we can write for this thing is selling price of 40 articles is nothing but cost price of 56 articles. Okay, because the cost price of 56 article has been covered by selling just 40 articles. Okay, so selling price has been kept such that it can procure 56 articles cost price. So this is the situation. Selling price of 40 is cost price of 56. So we can easily do CP is to SP is nothing but 40 is to 56. Okay, we can do it directly, and if we solve the equation and simplify the equation, this gives us the value as 5 is to 7. So what is the ratio of cost price to selling price? Is nothing but 5 is to 7. That is available in option number D. Now, what they say in 35, a man sells an article at a profit of 20%. If he had bought it at 20% lesser price and sold it for rupees 5 less. So let's take it one by one. Let us take the cost price first. Let the cost price is how much? Let the cost price is X rupees. Then they say the profit is 20%. So the selling price should be how much? 20% higher than the cost price. So this should be X plus 20X upon 100. 20% higher than the cost price. That is nothing but 120X over 100. That is nothing but 6X over 5. So the cost price is X and the selling price is 6X by 5. Now what they do? They say if it had bought for 20% lesser, that is the new cost price is 20% lesser than the old cost price. So cost price number 2 is cost price, old cost price minus 20% less cost price. Okay, so old cost price is how much? X. So X minus 20% of X, that we are supposed to find out, which is nothing but X minus X by 5, which is 4X by 5. So this is the cost price number 2. Okay, 20% lesser cost price is 4X by 5. What is the new selling price? And sold it for rupees 5 less. So the new selling price is 5 less than the old selling price. Old selling price was how much? Was 6X by 5 minus 5. Okay, now we are supposed to find out with the selling price and the cost price the gain percent. Gain percent formula is simply selling price minus cost price divided by cost price into 100%. That is the gain percent formula. We have the selling price and cost price both, so we can put them here. 6X by 5 minus 5 minus new cost price was 4X by 5 upon cost price. Cost price was 4X by 5 into 100%. So we need to solve this particular expression. Okay, if we solve this further, we're going to land to 50x minus 625 is equal to 25x. If we solve this further, we're going to reach to x value as 25 rupees. So the ultimate cost price in the very beginning of the question was nothing but 25 rupees, and that becomes the right answer for us, option number C. Now, a merchant earns a profit of 20% by selling a basket containing 80 apples which cost rupees 4 which cost rupees 240, but he gives one fourth of it to his friend at the cost price and sells the remaining apples. In order to earn the same profit, at what price must he sell each apple? Okay, so let us take it one by one. Okay, he says merchant earns a profit of 20% by selling a basket containing 80 apples. So what we can say, the cost price of 80 apples is how much? Cost price of those 80 apples is how much? Simply rupees 240. As they say, it cost him 240 rupees. So this is the cost price. So cost price of one apple should be how much? We can simply divide that is nothing but 240 divided by 80. If we solve this, this comes out to be 3 rupees. So cost type price of each apple is 3 rupees. Now, how much is the selling price of these 80 apples? How much is the selling price of these 80 apples? They say there is a 20% profit. So if there is a 20% profit, the selling price of 80 apple should be cost price of 80 apple plus 20% of cost price of 80 apple, which is 240. So this should be 240 plus how much profit? 20% of 240. This should be the ultimate selling price of 80 apples. If you solve this, this comes out to be 288. So the selling price of 80 apples is 288 rupees. So selling price of one apple should be how much? Is nothing but 288 divided by 80, which comes out to be rupees 3.6. So selling price of one apple is 3.6. Cost price of one apple is 3 rupees as it has come. Now let us read the next point. He says he gives 1/4 of it to his friend at the cost price. 1/4 of the total apple have been given at the cost price only. How many total apple did we have? We have total apple as 80 and 1/4 have been given to his friend. So cost of 1 by 4 of those apples, cost of 1 by 4 of those apples which are sold at cost price only is simply 1 by 4 into 80, that is 20. 20 were the apples and cost price should be each at apple was costing 3 rupees. So the cost price should be 20 into 3, that is 60 rupees. So the 60 rupees apple have been just given to his friend at the cost of 60 rupees only. Now, how much profit is to be earned? They say the same profit is to be earned. How much is that same profit? How much is that same profit? That same profit can be calculated by subtracting SP minus CP, which is nothing but 288 minus how much of the profit, how much of the apples have been already sold is 60. So 60 if you subtract 288 minus 60, okay, this is what you are supposed to do, which comes out to be 228. So what is this 228? Selling price of those 60 apples that are left out, because 20 have been given away. So selling price of those 60 apples should be how much? 228, because the profit should be earned as 288 only. Now selling price of 60 apple should be 288. So selling price of one apple should be how much? Is simply 228 divided by 60. That comes out to be 3.80 rupees. So that is the right answer. Selling price of the remaining apple should be 3.8 rupees per apple. That is the right answer. Now, if the mark price of a radio is 20% more than the cost price, if a discount of 10% is given on the mark price, the gain percent is okay. Now, there is no value given. Whenever there is no value given, only the data is in percentage, we can anytime assume the cost price to be 100. So let us say the cost price is 100 rupees. Then they say the mark price is 20% higher. So mark price should be 20% higher than 100 is nothing but 120. This is the mark price. Now they say there's a discount of 10% given on the mark price. Then the selling has happened. So selling price is 120 minus 10% discount. Okay. So which is nothing but 120 minus 12. That is 108 rupees has been the selling price. Now they are asking for the gain percent. So how much gain has happened or the profit has happened? Selling price is 108. Cost price is 100. So gain has happened 8 because it is 100. So how much percent? 8 is of 100. 8 is nothing but 8% of 100 only. So that is the profit percentage value only 8%, and that is available in option number A is the right answer. Next, a dishonest dealer sells his goods at the cost price and still earns a profit of 60% by underweighing the weight. He's cheating by giving you the underweight. Instead of 1 kg, he would be giving you something lesser than 1 kg, okay, by doing the underweight. How much, what weight does he use? So there's a formula for dishonest dealer's gain. Okay, there's a formula for dishonest dealer's gain, and this formula is applicable whenever the dealer is selling you the goods at selling cost price only, selling price equal to cost price, and then he is gaining the profit by cheating with you by weighing you underweighted. So dishonest dealer gain percentage can be found out by error. That is how much is the error between the true weight and the weight that he is using falsely, divided by true value minus error. okay, into 100%. This is the dishonest dealer's gain. Now, we don't know the error, so we'll take error as E only, divided by true value is, see, for a kg they say. So true value is 1000 grams minus error we still don't know, has to be the into 100%. Into 100 has to be the ultimate gain of dishonest dealer, and that is given out to be 60. So we can solve this equation for E. If we solve this equation for E, how much do we get? E divided by 1000 minus E is equal to 60 by 100. That is nothing but 3 by 5. If we solve this equation further, this gives us 5E. 5E is equal to 3000 minus 3E, which gives us E value as 3000 divided by 8, that is nothing but 750 divided by 2, that is nothing but 375. So this is the error in 1 kg weight. So how much weight he is using? How much weight he is using is simply 1000 minus 375, that is 625 grams weight he is using instead of a 1 kg weight. Then only he is gaining the gain as 60%. So the right answer is 625 grams. Now, applied to a bill of rupees 1 lakh, the difference between a discount of 40% and two successive discount of 36% and 4% is. Okay, we know the successive discount formula. Successive discount formula is nothing but A plus B minus AB over 100%. So two discounts of A and B is actually equivalent to a single discount of A plus B minus AB upon 100%. They are saying this, the difference of single discount of 40 and successive discount of these two are to be found out. So how much should be that difference? Difference of 40% minus the successive discount percent, that is 36 plus 4 minus 36 into 4 upon 100%. So how much is this? This is 40 minus 40 plus 36 over 25%. So 40 and 40 gets cancelled. So this is ultimately 36 by 25%. And this is applied to what? This is applied to 1 lakh. So how much is that difference? So we need to find out the 36 by 25% of 1 lakh. That is, we can find out the 36 by 25% of 1 lakh by doing 36 by 25 into 1 lakh. Okay, if we solve this further, and 36 by 25%, and because this was a percent value, 36 by 25%, 36 by 25%. So for that we need to have 100 also there, because percentage is calculated by dividing it by 100 also. If we solve this further, we're going to land to, this is 25 can cut 1000 by 40, and this is 36 into 40, which comes out to be 1440, which comes out to be 1440. So this, the difference between these two discounts is nothing but rupees 1440. Now, a tradesman marked his good at 20% above the cost price, and he sold half the stock at the mark price, 1/4 at a discount of 20% on the mark price, and the rest at a discount of 40% on the mark price. Ultimate, what is the total gain? So he has distributed. Now, the question says a tradesman mark his good at 20% above the cost price. Okay, he sold half of the stock at mark price, 1/4 at a discount of 20% on the mark price, and the rest at a discount of 40% of the mark price. So let us understand. Let us take it one by one. See, if there is no value given, we can always assume the cost price as X or cost price as 100. Okay, there is no value given. All the question has been given in terms of percentage only. So it will be very easy to assume cost price as 100. So let's say the cost price of one quantity of goods is 100 rupees. Let us assume like that. Okay. Now, 20, the first deal 20% above the cost price has been marked. So let us say the cost price of one quantity is 100 rupees, and let us assume the quantity also. Okay, let us say the quantity of goods is, let us say the quantity of these goods is nothing but 100 only. So 100 articles, or the 100 quantity of goods are being sold at 100 rupees per article. Let's take it like this so that it becomes easy to understand. Okay, now what has happened? So if there are hundreds of articles and they are being sold at 100 rupees per article. So total number of cost, total cost price is nothing but 100 into 100, that is 10,000 rupees has been the total cost price of the all the 100 articles being sold at 100 rupees per article. Okay, this is the cost price. Now what does the tradesman do? Marks his good 20% above the cost price. Cost price is 10,000. Okay, cost price of one article was 100 rupees. So mark price of one article should be how much? 20% more than the price of cost price of one article. So mark price of one article should be how much? 20% more than 100. How much is that? 120 rupees. So mark price of one article is 120 rupees now. Okay, and how many articles we have? We have got 100 such articles. Okay, so let us begin with the deal now. Let us make a table out of it. There is a quantity, there is a cost price, there is a mark price, there is a selling price, and there is a total selling price. We can write it like this. Okay, cost price of one article we have assumed at 100 rupees per article. Okay, mark price of one article has been marked up by the tradesman at 120 rupees per article. Okay, these all are the rates per article. Okay, total cost price, or rather total cost price here, total expenditure or total cost price has calculated to be, if there are 100 such articles and each article being sold at 100 rupees per article, and so in that case the total expenditure or the total cost price is 10,000 rupees. That much has been already calculated. Now the selling price is calculated part by part. In the first part he says he sold half the stock. So if there are total 100 number of articles, half the stock means 50 articles. They say 50 articles are sold at the mark price only. So if the mark price of one article was 120, then mark price of 50 articles will be how much? Will be 120 into 50. Okay, will be how much? 120 into 50. That is nothing but 6,000 rupees. Okay, 50 articles, half the article was sold at mark price only. Mark price of one article was 120 rupees. So the selling price or the total expenditure is how much? 120 into 50. So that has been the selling price for the first lot of article which had got 50% or the half the articles. Okay, in the next part, in the next lot, what he has done? 1/4. So let us do the 1/4. 1/4 of 100 is going to be 25 number of articles, each article being sold at a discount of 20% on the mark price. How much is the discount? How much is the mark price? Is 120. So after giving a discount of 20%, so 20% discount. If you give 20% discount on 120, it is 120 minus 20% of 120. That reduces to 96 rupees. So that, so 20% discounted mark price is 96 rupees. Now the new rate is 96 rupees per article with a discount of 20%. And how many articles are sold like that? There are 25 articles that are sold like that. So 96 into 25, that should be the ultimate selling price received in this lot, and which comes out to be 2400 rupees. So the 25 article or the 1/4 article have been sold at 2400 rupees. Okay. Now there's a final lot left and the rest at a discount of 40%. So how many have been left? 50 plus 25 is 75. There were total 100. So how many would have been left out? Just the 25. He said the remaining have been sold at discount of 40%. Okay. The mark price was 120 rupees. Now, if you give 40% discount on 120, how much should be the price? See, 40% of 120, if you calculate 40% of 120, that is nothing but 120 into 40 divided by 100, that is nothing but 48. So the mark price of each article is how much? 120 minus 48, that is nothing but 72 rupees per article now. And how many have been sold at this rate? They say 25. The remaining all have been sold at this rate of 72 rupees per article. 70 into 25 if you do, how much has the ultimate selling price come out of this? Is 1800 rupees. So these are the three different selling prices that have been achieved. 6000 for the first lot, 50% lot, 2400 for the second lot, and 1800 for the last lot. So these are the three selling prices have been received. We already know the total cost price as 10,000. Let us find out the total selling price is the sum of all these selling prices, that is 6000 plus 2400 plus 1800. If you add them all, this comes out to be 10,200 rupees. So the total selling price of the all deal is 10,200 rupees. Total cost price we have already taken as 10,000 rupees. So we are supposed to find out the gain percent. Let us find out the gain percent. Gain percent formula is nothing but gain divided by cost price into 100%. Always we know the gain is selling price minus cost price. So there is a difference of 10,200 minus 10,000 is nothing but 200, divided by cost price value is 10,000 only, into 100%. This is how it is to be done. If you solve this further, we can cut down the zeros like that, and we can cut down more zeros like that, and we are going to reach to the final value as 2% gain. How much is the gain percent in the overall deal? Is 2% as the right answer, which is available in the option number D, and that is the right answer only.